Now Hannah, she spoke in her heart, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore, Eli thought she had been drunk. So we can see from this scripture that the focus of Hannah was on prayer. Sometimes tinaita ma-issues, ma-challenges akasiyana-siyana.
We all have different challenges.
Sometimes we can share with a friend or with someone, but tinoshika ma-moments or the points whereby you can't share because the burden is just too much. Some people opt to be quiet. They don't want to share, they just cry. Then they get in the prayer room. So tashika pa point yekuona Hannah.
Hannah, where we see Hannah.
Okay, Hannah angasina mwana.
Hannah didn't have a baby.
But airamba achienda kutemberi kunonyengetera.
But she kept on going to the temple to pray.
Despite the challenges that we face, we need to continuously go to the house of God to worship. Nyangwe zviomese, nyangwe zvinakise, we ought to be in the house of the Lord all the time.
No matter how difficult it is, we have to pray.
Hana kuregedza kuenda kutemberi because haana mwana. Anga ine challenge yebarrenness, but aifarira kugara ari mutemberi. But many times when you've got challenges and problems, sometimes we opt to stay home because the challenges are too much for us. We can't take it anymore. We can't bear. But we are being reminded in 1 Samuel 1 verse 13. You know, now Hannah, she spoke in her heart, only her lips moved. It was happening in the temple. There are moments when you talk about your issue. There are moments when you don't say anything. But from this verse, I noticed that when you are in a prayer room, sometimes you run out of words. You have nothing to say. Only your heart is crying to God. Your heart is speaking out. So it only comes when there is maximum concentration on your prayer. So the reason why we have gathered in this place, we want to worship God in truth and in spirit. And at the same time, let it come from deep down your heart. I have said previously, we falter every time. Tinema falter every time. But the best thing that you need to do is to go before God. You ask God for forgiveness. Before you do anything, you just say, Lord, I am here. I have sinned against A, B, C, D. Now clean my heart. Make me a clean heart. That's the only thing that we can be clean and righteous before God, because He loves people that are honest to Him, that are very honest to God. We come openly just as we are. God loves us like that. But barrenness yanga achi experience Hannah kunetsekana the society. We all know when we have got a problem, sometimes we are stigmatized because pamwe waane time usati warorwa, pamwe waane time usina mwana, pamwe waane time usina basa, or any other issue. The society, the people in church, the people everywhere, they can stigmatize you, whether knowing or unknowingly, because of a problem that has been persistent for a very long time. But I'm glad, I'm happy. Could even if one challenge, I say, in the presence of God, God can address it. Especially when you are open before Him. In His presence, that's where you find your answers. So you need to stay in the presence of God, just like Hannah. She was always in the temple.